Listen, man, this is amazing. This is my first time I have ever gone on an Alliance trip, I guess you could say. I am local here in Vegas, but they still put us up at the Paris Hotel, which is an amazing hotel. For those of you who have not been here, you got to experience it. And I got to admit, guys, this is the first time I have ever held a gun in my entire life was today. They took us to this place called The Range. Unreal. How crazy this is. The adrenaline starts pumping. You're nervous at first, kind of like when you first meet, like Andy Albright, right? So you first meet him, you're real nervous, but you just go for it. You just got to pull the trigger, and the adrenaline starts flowing. You settle down a little bit, and it feels amazing. I'm telling you guys, the association here, the experiences that we're having, getting to know everyone, this is amazing. You guys have got to figure this out. You got to get here, man. Just get around the association. Just get here.
Cabo San Lucas, and at a beautiful resort once again. And the types of things we're learning is phenomenal. We hung out this morning with Mark Vickers. We're learning how to speak better. We're learning how to communicate better. We're learning how to better serve our agents at conventions, which is, it's amazing the amount of money that we're putting into that. And then on top of that, we're hanging out with Jeff Bright. Jeff is teaching us how to work together as a team on a much deeper level than just, hey, we're a team, you know, we're part of this team. We're actually hanging out and being a better team. And what does that mean to serve all of NAA, not just us?
It's amazing because the people that are here want to be here, number one, and number two, they were invited to be here, which means that we saw something, and then the leadership core that says we need to have these people here with us, learning, taking the next step with us because they earned the right to be here.
And guys, I can't tell you what it's going to feel like when you get that email and you're like, woo, I got invited to come join the leadership crew, guys. You'll be running around the house going, I'm one of those people that get to help make a difference in this company.
And today I want to leave you with one quote, and I'm going to quote the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King.
Hey guys, Brandy Tipton, your Hot Spots coordinator. Hot Spots are weekly meetings that happen nationwide every week. Our top leaders come to each city to host these meetings and to teach you information on recruiting, product training, and how to build a successful business. Our CEO, Andy Albright, has set up a program called All Access. All Access is designed to support all of our meetings and to help so we can continue to grow more cities across the country. You can go to naahotspots.com to find a city near you. If you have any trouble finding a meeting in your area, make sure to give me a call at 336-269-3986. At the Alliance, we are committed to your success, so make sure to plug into a meeting near you today. I look forward to working with you and talk to you soon.
Alliance, and this is my first big trip investing in myself, and I'm telling you, this was the best investment I have ever made. And this investment alone is going to create the rest of my life. Why? Because of investing in myself and the Alliance. Woo! I woke up in my room by myself. You know, I shed tears. I was crying in my room as a man because I was so emotional because of the amount of growth that I have just experienced by being around the Alliance's family.
So many things have happened here that have been incredible in terms of growth and leadership training. They've just been pouring into us all weekend, giving us great tips on how to be better in our home life, in our work life, and in our financial life. And there's no doubt in my mind I'm going to do everything in my power to get back here with all these people.
You know, I might have came here by myself, but I'm living now. I have a whole bunch of friends, so much support. I have the word, and the word is mine. And Andy Albright, I work relentless. President has made me a new man.
Oh, you better delete that. Oh, no, that's that way. Hey guys, Andy Albright hanging out on the world's largest cruise ship. And you know what? It's got everything you could dream of. Swimming pool, people, music, having a blast. You know the only thing that would make this better?
Shopping in Central Park. So many shops, so many boutiques, you could get lost. But you know the only thing that would make it better?
High class, high energy, professional shows every night, best seats in the house. The only thing that would make this better? The aroma of high class dining, incredible service, and on top of that, all you can eat. But you know what would really make this better?
Sharing it with your best friends in the world, all expense paid, it's all here. You know what would make this better? You. Join us again. Join the Alliance for another once-in-a-lifetime, all-expense-paid trip.
man, what are you reading?
Just flipping through Andy's book, 8 Steps to Success.
I didn't know Andy wrote a book.
Just you know why you and I will by and by.
Don't be that guy. Use NAAUniversity.com.
Absolutely amazing.
Amazing, bro. Amazing.
I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give
dream and pray and dream and pray and thank God.
I'm on top of the world. This is gonna be the best day of my life.
It's always been a dream of mine to make it into this elite top tier of level of association, and we're here now with the people that we saw on stage when we first got started, and that's an incredible feeling.
Right now we are standing in a property looking over the Pacific Ocean in Cabo, Mexico. We are so glad and so happy that we have been able to come to this one. The things that we have been able to learn and the people we've been able to have private conversations with, one-on-one, I mean, it's just, I can't put a price tag on it.
I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No.
I always wanted to be part of the core team, and it's just like I feel like I'm getting tighter with everybody. I've learned more in the last 2 days, the last 3 days than I have in basically the last year. Like I feel more open and everyone's really coming together. And I don't know another place where I can get something like this.
But I'm dedicated this year to be able to make sure next year I'm at the house. So I hope you're making the same decision now, even the fact that you didn't see the house. Just take my word for it. It is incredible. It's where you want to be.
This is gonna be the best day of my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. This is gonna be the best day of my
Oh, hi there. Didn't see you. Greetings and welcome aboard the Oasis of the Seas, the Alliance sailboat of the future. Anyways, my name is Matt Taflin. I'm going to be doing something no one has ever done on the shore of Cuba, which is that island right over there, in case you were wondering. I will be walking the entire public distance of the ship, from one end to the other that you are legally allowed to walk while aboard this ship. It has never been done before while off the coast of Cuba by Matt Taflin. You will be experiencing that today on your guided tour. Join with me as we go from this distance right here, farthest reach, right here, yeah, there it is, all the way to the other side of the boat. Let's go, it's gonna be awesome. Let me tell you, there's a high wind advisory warning out here that you should be very aware of when you open doors. Because it could get very windy and blow your hat off or your shirt off or your pants off, depending on what kind of pants you're wearing. Hold on, Star Trek style. Beam me up, Scott. Actually, that's teleportation. There we go. It says watch your step, but then you look down and then you're like, oh. Now here's one of the problems that we run into all the time is one level won't go all the way across the boat, so you've got to figure out what room you're on, current stateroom. So we've got to be on 15, we're on 14, we've got to go up.
Most of you would not need to run this. However, I'm gonna run some of it. All right, that was enough. That was enough running. Well, I think we gotta go out and then across this to get here. And they have a good view that you can sit and see. It's very helpful. Let's continue. This is pretty cool. So this is a good view. They should call this the view because this is always a good view. Pretty cool. Against the wooden shelf that's right here that you see in the middle next to F. This is the farthest, most endest, backest lean part of the boat. Well, unless you were down there, then it would be a little bit farther. But you get the idea, you get the idea. That's one end to the other. It was like 23.5 minutes. So not bad at all. If you'd like more information about the boat, there's like a website somewhere that you can probably look up. Otherwise, I pretty much just showed you everything.
Saw a huge humpback whale 100 feet off our bow. We're in this little rubber Zodiac boat, and it just did the full breach Pacific Life that boom, and when it landed, we could feel the waves. We're going, oh my God, awesome. That was crazy. And all of a sudden, off the bow, they said, "Hey, there's a whole pod of dolphins." We're like, "How many?" They said, 500. We're like, "What?" She said, "You want to see them?" We headed over there. That was incredible. They were jumping. Some of them were probably jumping 20 feet in the air before they'd come back down. The excitement level, just everybody kind of cheering and watch it all happen at the same time was amazing. Awesome.
The boats that were coming into the arena had these sea lions would just like jump up on the back of the boat or like chilling out like this right here, and they were just like popping fish off up in their mouth, and they're just chilling out on the back of the boat all the way into the marina. I mean, it was insane.
I am so glad I'm getting to speak to you today to tell you what I have experienced here in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico with the Alliance. This has been a life-changing event for me. No doubt about it. As we talk about fulfillment, we talk about happiness, and we talk about the three things that we talk about all the time: prosperity, inspiration, and eternity. Here's what I know. I got to grow inside. And as for Andy Albright, as for me and my family, I'm changing. I got to. I believe in this organization and what we stand for. I am so fired up about the future and what the future means to us. You ain't seen nothing. Here we go. Y'all good? Fired up. The Alliance is on fire. Tell you what, guys, I don't know, other than when we were starting, when we were brand new. Now keep in mind, we were broke, but we were brand new. We were this fired up. This is the only time I can think back in the history of the Alliance when we were this clear on our mission, when we were this excited, and we were this focused. Now, mind you, I'm not like those idiots that say, back in the day, the peanut butter tasted better because they had all the natural. You know, back in the day, you had to plant the peanuts and go get them and smush them up yourself. They didn't come in one of them dippy tops. And then, especially when they got that Stay Fresh seal inside and pull that thing off of there after you take the top off. No, back in the day, it wasn't like that. Back in the day, they poisoned you and you didn't even know it. You know what I'm talking about? No, this is like, I am aware that we're in today when we don't mail leads, when you actually just click and there they are. I got a text from Mickey Cruz that his guy invested $500 more in leads, and he wrote like $10,000 in premium first week right after he bought the $500. No, I think he bought the $500 leads and wrote the $10,000. I mean, back in the day, what you do is you put an order in, put money in up front, wait 4 weeks, leads wouldn't come in. You talk about a nightmare. It was a disaster back in the day. Or you'd hire 4 people, Aaron, in Houston or Chicago or Michigan, and you'd order leads. Oh my God! Now we've got an inventory of 22,000 fresh leads. You click, you buy, you write, you get paid by carriers that have multiple products that'll issue whatever you're writing. Now, I'm aware that it's way better now than it was in 2003 and 2004. But as far as attitude, you can't have a better attitude than we had. What we had was all out. Make it or die. It was make it or somebody else was going to die, okay? And that's kind of what we're getting. We're starting to get, Brandon, people with that mentality that are going to do it big. And I'm thrilled to say that we are doing it with the right people, the right way, at the right time for America, and that is right now. So my name is Andy Albright. This is our TWC, our Wednesday call, the Wednesday call TWC. And what we do is we've been broadcasting this out for 13 years straight, every single Wednesday. And we also have conference calls on Friday called the Nactivity Call that Barry Clarkson does. And today, after this show, key leaders and above. So the people that have reached this level, key leader on the builder side, not on the producer side, but on the builder side, key leader and above, you are invited on this call. So we'll start, and it's about 56 minutes from now, we'll do that call. And key leaders, if you have other people in your group that you think fits the mold of intense drive, they want to build. They understand 2020. They understand the mission of the Alliance, which is large, not good job, not okay 250 income. I'm talking millions where lives are affected. people like that want it. Or if they think they want it, and you're looking at them going like, you don't really want it. You don't even want it. But you know that they say they want it. If they say they want it, let them on, but do this. Say, now, Fitz is going to be a little intense. Barry Clarkson's going to be a little intense. Don't quit. Don't quit when you hear that. So don't invite people that you know they're going to roll over and pee on themselves when they talk about our intensity. You go like, oh, he's going to quit. Don't invite him. But, or she, her. But if you can warn them ahead of time about the intensity and you think they can handle it, you can invite them on the call that's going to get started now in 54 minutes. Okay? So this call will not be as intense. It'll be a little intense for some people, okay? But normal intense for me. Not intense for me, more normal intense. Normal to medium intense, okay? All right, so here is our plan. I want to encourage y'all to start treating things like your life depends on it. Get it? Like your life depends on it. Here's the reason, James. Because it does. What we do is life insurance and annuities. That's what the Alliance does. When we do the plan across the nation in 60-some odd hot spots around the country, we start out with, we sell life and annuities. So we need to act like our life depends on it because it does. And the things we do, the little things we do make a difference in our life, in our business. Now, wouldn't it be great if when a person bit in to a Whopper cheeseburger with extra sauce, their heart went, ow, 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 oh, 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 this hurts. It just started burning. Wouldn't that be great? Because that would let them know that if you keep eating those things, this thing in here is going to blow up. Wouldn't that be awesome if right one bite? But what happens is when you take one little bite, nothing happen. As a matter of fact, you get a little good sensation. That's pretty good. It takes a few minutes before it hurts down here, okay? But that don't let you know that eventually this thing's going to boom, yow. Or how about this? Wouldn't it be awesome if, like, you walked by a cigarette smoking vendor room and you just went, and you smelled that smoke? Or wouldn't it be cool if you took a puff up and your face just started to shrivel and tighten? You know what I'm saying? Like an older person. You know how people get after they smoke for a while and their face just gets like they look like they're 20 years older than a person who hadn't smoked, and like that. And you say, you're making fun of it. No. I'm telling you what happens. This is what happens. But what happens is when you smoke a cigarette, nothing happens. Wouldn't it be great if their face just went like instantly? Then they would know what's happening. They'd be like, aha, is contributing to the, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? You know, wouldn't that be, no, it's not going to happen though. Why did God build it that way? That's just the way He built it. Little things like that take time to hammer you. Okay? And wouldn't it be nice to know that if you got up in the morning and you said to your spouse, wouldn't it be nice to know that one day y'all would be in a court and you would be screaming at her that you didn't owe her any money, and she would have her high-paid attorney screaming at your high-paid attorney, and y'all were having a divorce? Wouldn't that be great if you just knew it when you went, and then right then it started happening? But it don't happen. What happens is when you go, she goes, and that happens. Then you get coffee. You know, you have a cup of coffee. But if you said, I love you, that would be a totally different end result. Wouldn't it be awesome if everything we did, our life depending on it? Okay. Wouldn't it be awesome? Wouldn't it be awesome that in an opportunity meeting, let's see, Jane and James, would y'all come up here? Your business is booming. Y'all get them a hand. Yay! Jane. Woo-hoo! Wouldn't it be awesome if when what you looking for? Microphones. Okay. Wouldn't it be awesome if at an opportunity meeting, we're shaking hands with these people, Wouldn't it be awesome if at the meeting, at the end of the opportunity meeting, we looked at the couple and we looked at the speaker. Aaron Goodman, you get right here and you be the speaker. You be the speaker. Give Aaron a hand. So Aaron's the speaker. Wouldn't it be awesome if every time you walked up to a new couple and you went, gosh, that really made sense, didn't it? Wouldn't it be awesome if when you said, that really made sense, that they deposited $10,000 in your bank account? You'd be like, I'm going to do that again. It don't work like that, does it? Just like the hamburger thing and just like the smoking thing, it don't work. Wouldn't it be awesome is if I said to them, man, I'm going to tell you what, I need to get back with y'all tomorrow morning at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I know it's Thursday, but 5 o'clock in the morning before y'all go to work. And I've got this packet. What if I could hand them a new agent packet? Don't look like this. This is more of a new, this is a getting started packet. Wouldn't it be awesome if I could hand them, hold on that, Mr. Speaker. Wouldn't it be awesome if I could hand them a package and say, now this wants you to look at this information when you got home. And then I knew that because I gave them this, I would have $1,000 popped into my account. Wouldn't that be awesome? But what happens is our managers and our leaders and our up-and-coming leaders, Brandon, they'll say, hey, looks good, dude. That thing's awesome. As opposed to going, he did a great job speaking, and here's your literature to take home. See, they don't put 2 and 2 together. People don't see that booking this follow-up puts money in their bank account because little things they do or don't make a difference. So what I want to start talking to you about is little things in your business that will help you create crazy money. Now, these guys have an downline guy, Paul Menachino, and his wife Sam, who he gave her diamond on one of our trips, and we videoed it, and we celebrated with them, because see, when we did that little fun thing, maybe that contributed to your bank account, and I know it did. I know it did. And this week, I got one of the coolest texts I've ever gotten in my life. He said, brother, $14,889 popped in my bank account so far this week. Now, how old, do you have any idea how Paul? 24 years old. 24, almost 25 years old now. 14,000 in 1 week. He can rent a car now. He's 25. Pop! Get that. He can rent a car now. He's 25 years old. Pop! 14,000. Pop! And he's got more money coming today. That's right. More money coming tomorrow in his bank account. You see, because he's done the little things. Now, what would be awesome is if every little thing he does after today instantly, boom, went in his account. It's not going to work like that. But we're going to start acting like every little thing we do, boom, hits our account. And we're going to act like bad stuff that we do immediately. Wouldn't it be awesome? Watch this. Wouldn't it be awesome if when people went, oh, let me check my Facebook. Wouldn't it be awesome if it hit them for like $216, came right out of their check account? Wouldn't that be awesome? But it don't work like that. It takes a week or two or a month or two before they get hit for $216. You go like, it don't cost you to look at Facebook. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It just don't happen instantly. It comes out of your money. It comes out of your cash. It comes out of your love. It comes out of your family. It sucks the life out of you. You go, you don't know that. Yes, I do know that. I know people that do this, and I know their bank accounts. I know how far behind they are, and I know other people that don't, and I know how much money they have and how much they travel and how much fun they have. You don't know that. Yes, I do. I see. I got thousands of people in my network. How many people you got in your business?
We had 20 issue pay business last
20
week.
people that are getting issue paid, and then how many people you don't have issue paid? You got probably another 100 people.
Probably.
Do you see what I see about when people are checking this and they don't make as much as the money? The people that are making dials are making more than the ones that are looking at it like this?
Absolutely.
Have you noticed that?
Yes, sir.
And the ones that are texting make this amount of money, and the ones that are dialing make that amount of money?
Yes, sir.
We see it. Fitz sees it. Do you see it, Aaron, in your business? We're going to start acting like everything in our life, that our life depends on it, on growing the business. Hot spots, mega importance to us. We know that as these grows, we grows. Okay? Hey, real quick, tell them what's been happening in your business. I know you're hitting some all-time highs. James and Jane.
James Hill, Jane Byun, hired by Andy Albright. This is our 5th year in the business, and from February of last year to February of this year, we have doubled. Last year in February, we had 96 applications in our whole agency, and last month in February, we had 196 applications in our whole agency. So we have literally, our business has doubled in the past year. And we're #1 in the Foresters 2020 contest right now.
I saw you bounce up. You know why? Because y'all a team.
That's right.
You know, we're going to pull up in a minute because I know your production is going through the roof, and I know you're recruiting. I'm proud of y'all. Good job.
Thanks, sir.
All right, y'all grab a seat. Aaron Goodeman, grab a seat, and we'll be right back with you. All right, everything. I need some help. I don't know if my wife, Jane Albright, is watching this show, but even if she is, I'm going to have to ask y'all's help. She is turning 33 years old. According to my calculations. We have been married 27 years. And when I married her, she was 3 months older than me. And I'm turning 50 next month. Something's not adding up here, but she's turning 33 this month. I have a great 2 or 3 ideas. One that I'm leaning really hard to, like it's done for her birthday at such a pivotal moment as 3-3. So a pivotal time. I know, and some of you are still going like, if she's 33, why is that important? Because it's important that I'm turning 50 and she's turning 33, but we've been married 27 years. And she was 3 months older than me when we got married. So it's just important that you understand. I need any ideas or suggestions for something like that. What would you do for a woman that turns 33 who has a lot of things? I saw a picture from the Bahamas where she is right now with Haley, where she had purchased 6 Tory Burke, the TB pocketbooks. I'm going, please God, tell me that you bought those in an off street somewhere in the Bahamas. Like, I'm positive. I know my wife, but I'm just saying, I'm hoping and believing that that's what it was. It was at least 6, and it was like the small TB and the big TB, like the big pocketbook and the small one. I was like, oh my God. Okay, so what do I do? So I got a couple ideas, but I am taking ideas so that she has a better happy birthday. Okay, something else that is happening. Were you able to give me the All Us logo? Let me see what that looks like. Okay, so Alliance Life Insurance Company will be birthed next month, and this is the logo. It is Alliance Life USA, Alliance Life USA. The U is very important because without you, this business won't work. It is all about you. It's about what you get out of it. It's about what you put into it. Alliance Life is going to be huge. So it is starting to roll out. Everything is looking good. I am pushing for April 1, April 2, but April 16th looks like it's shaping up to be the big day. We have great graphs as far as what you can make out of it, the lives that you can impact with this. We just think that's going to be, we know it's going to be huge. So that is coming down the pike. Like I said, and I'm going to say several times, let's act like our life depends on it from here on out. What if we act like our life matters? What if we act like our life makes a difference? As a matter of fact, if you go right here, this is one of the books. I read this on the way back from Phoenix. No, I read it on the way to Phoenix, Arizona, which by the way, we had a fabulous hotspot meeting. 73 people there, 16 guests, people out there on fire, excited. I read this book on the way out there. It's 20,000 Days. Please, it's such a fast read. It's a couple of hours. Well, for some people it'll be an hour. For me, it's a couple of hour read. How about this? Take care of the things that you need to take care of today. Wouldn't it be great? Take care of the things that you need to take care of today. How about, I like this one by Charles Darwin. He said, I don't know if I can flip to it, but he said, It's a horrible thing if a person don't understand what their life is, that their life does make a difference. How about this? One of the illusions is that the present hour is not the decisive hour. Listen to that. One of the illusions of life is that the present hour is not the decisive hour. People ask me all the time, when's the best time to do this? And you know, don't you, James? Scream it out. Right now. See, James knows. I knew he would get it. I was talking to a couple of different consultants, advisors, and buddies today, and I was talking about people that are growing like crazy, like the Carries, like the Hills, like the Rays. And I said, here's what they know, and like the Roberts, no, it's a lot of people. And here's what they know. They know what they know. And what they don't know, they ain't worried about that. It's what they know. And see, knowing that the decisive hour is right now and knowing that I was going to say that, that's like knowing those games, those little child's games we play, right? The green glass door or the Chinese numbers. Once you know the answers, it's yes or no. And it's not like, well, it could be later. It could be at the top of the hour. It could be yesterday because that's more important than tomorrow, which is not today. But what? No, it's now. That's what we say. The answer is now. So, all right, this is bad to the bone. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. No man has learned anything rightly until he knows that every day is doomsday. That's Ralph Waldo Emerson. This stuff, this book, this is about right now. If you know 20,000 days, it'll fire you up. Hey, look, I'm gonna show you all this too. They know how to do an activity too. Look at this. Check this out. See how they do the 4 lines? You see the 4 lines and then crossways? That's so you can count 5, 10, 15, 20. That's so you can get to 20,000 faster. See, even my man Robert Smith knew how to do that in an activity book. All right, this is big. This is a book you need to read. You need to read The Aladdin Factor also. Okay. Where's the facts we got to get to? Product of the week, Phoenix, personal retirement, annuity product. Thank you, Phoenix, for bringing those annuity products. Make sure that everybody in the hotspot understands that. Greek Cruise. Let's pull up the leaderboard. There we go. Check this out, guys. We're going to Corfu, Olympia, Mykonos, Santorini. You don't want to miss this trip. It's going to be awesome. By the way, here's what people tell me all the time. This is what they tell me every time. I'm not on track, but I'm going to get on track. And I'm going to win it no matter what. You watch me. A lot of people that started talking back that in January of 2013 are not going to go on the Caribbean cruise with us. You know why? Because they were thinking about tomorrow, going to get caught up in this, what, another, not even know what they're saying. Blah, 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 blah. Dude, now you need to be caught up. Don't eat no more. Don't sleep no more. Don't go to the bath no more. Don't watch no TV. Don't do no Facebook, Instagram. Don't go outside. Don't mow the yard. Don't do nothing until you get caught up. Till you get caught up. You say, that's fanatical. That's crazy. That's how you get caught up, is when you just make it a priority in life that you're going to get caught up. That's how you do it. And you don't get behind. That stuff about tomorrow is messing people up. We got to get their mind right. Like Cool Hand Luke. All right, let me show you who's winning so far. Let's go to the leaderboards. Check this out. And it's a bunch of people winning. And you could win. What I like to do is I like to pick on people that are not on here, and I go like, you think you can't do what Andrew Taylor can do? You can't do what Tony Wright can do, and Nikki McMillan, and Chris Lewis, and Doug Becker, and Jack Yu, and Pam Moore? Come on, man. Hey, do you know Todd Haggerty? Have you met Jeremico Edwards? You can do what he can do. What up with that? These guys are all way over winning. All you need is $100,000 issue paid. All these people have over $30,000 in 2 months. $10,000 a month would give you $120,000. They got $30,000 already. Keep scrolling down, Bill. Let's see how many we got. Look at this. All you need is $20,000. Andrew Richardson, Keith Campbell, Ryan Sauls, David Tankersley, Ray Manalis. All these people are winning. Adam Hinckley, Marcus Richardson, Jason Carey. It's just crazy. Eric Belair, Paul Frickert, Michael. I understand Michael had his biggest week or month in a while. I saw your name pop up, Steve. Guys, look, all these people are winning. Alvin Kitamura, Joe Giambo, Scott Thompson, James Hattie, all these people, Kai, sure, way to go, buddy. Look, man, this will be one of those cruises that you talk about the rest of your life. And by the way, you can win a 2-day extension to Venice. We'll hang out and row your boat, row your boat. We're going down to Venice, you know what I'm talking about? All them little, and that man's singing and stuff to you. You know, like, I ain't gonna be fired up about that, but Jane might. You've seen it in the movie. I ain't never been there. We're gonna have a blast. So, oh, by the way, a survey went out where y'all want to go in 2016. So why are you worried about 2016? Because that's the way my life works. I have to think ahead of stuff. I have to plan. I can't wait until the last minute. So our contest starts in January of next year, and we're going to win a trip in 2016. We need to decide where we want to go. Problems at every level, okay? And this is the kind of junk I have to deal with. You're going to have problems. Look, you say, well, I get to make $500,000 a year. I ain't going to have no worries. Yeah, you will. You have to worry what kind of car you want to drive still. You can afford what you want. You still got to think about it. You can't have 17 of them because you only got like maybe 8-car garage or, you know, something like that. You can't have 17. You can have 8, but you can't have 17. You're going to have to pick which 8 out of all the thousands of cars to choose. And in my level, we got to decide where we're going to go in 2016. And what I'm doing to cheat that strategy is ask y'all what y'all want. Let me tell you what's leading the way. Leading the way is New Zealand. Aha! Okay, now, Alaskan Cruise is right behind it. Okay? So, I'm trying to remember what else was on there. By the way, Baha Mar did not fare well. So, Atlantis is the beautiful resort in the Bahamas. Baha Mar is on the other side of the same island, and it's supposed to be twice as good, and it's brand new. So I'm just putting a little plug in there for Baha Mar. I've never been. I've seen pictures or I've seen videos talking about updating it, but it's going to be in the same world as Atlantis, but in a different other side of the island, beautiful setting, crazy billions of dollars they're spending, brand new resort. So I'm just throwing that out there. So I should get Jane, she's in Atlantis, I should get her to drive over to the island and check out Baha Mar and see if they're building the lost Atlantis, whatever there. Okay, all right. All right, so this is big. All right, so the cruise, book of the month, we got it. Good Samaritan bonus. Congratulations, Eric Lardy. Congratulations, Ray Manalis, for winning the Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan bonus, the way that works is we give $1,000 to whatever charity these two gentlemen or these couples, they pick. Whatever they want to send it to, we send $1,000 with a letter in their name and say, Ray Manalis and his wife earned this. And we're going to give them $1,000. So they get credit for doing it. And if they want to, they can contribute another $1,000 or $1 or whatever they want. NA University. Have y'all seen this mobile tool that's out that you can click on your phone and figure out what products get issued? It's on NAA University. It's a free download. There is all kinds of ATM training. There's some new final expense ATM training by Eric Lardy on there on NAA University. There's a lot of stuff. Go to naauniversity.com. There's a lot of free training. Also, there is a scholarship program that we're working on that you will be able to earn your entire degree from NAA University, even the higher levels, through a scholarship program, so anybody can afford to be a genius in the Alliance system. Anybody can afford to get rich. It sounds funny, but anybody can afford to get rich with us because you can go in a university system. All right, Tim Goad. Is Tim Goad on here yet? So Tim Goad is calling in. I did not specifically ask, but can y'all get me one of his packages, the one that anyway, he's on. He'll tell me about it. But y'all go get me the package where Tim Goad is talking about self-talk and how to build in self-esteem. Tim Goad, are you on here, buddy?
I am, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Dude, we are fired up. The Alliance is kicking butt, taking names. We got the right people building. We got the right people selling. We got the quality going on. We got the life making a difference going on. Never been more excited, man. I'm so glad that you're a part of our team, Mr. Tim Goad.
What an honor to be with you, Andy. Never been a greater time than right now. You can feel it. I can feel it as you're talking about the people that are setting goals and doing what they're doing. It's just so incredible. I'm honored to be on the call with you today, Andy, and what I'm thinking about right now is the power that everyone holds inside of them, and that is the power of the words that they speak. You were talking about the CD, the affirmation CD. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But can I tell you, on an average, an American every day has 30 conversations. Men, we've got about 20,000 words a day. Ladies, you get 30,000 words. And that's why sometimes, men, we come home and our ladies ask us, what are you thinking about? And we don't have any more words left over. But can I tell you, we are a nation of talkers. We got talk shows, radio shows. Everybody's talking, right? And here's what I can tell you. A lot of people are talking, their mouths are moving, but the truth of it is sometimes a lot of things are not being said. Here's what I know. Andy, when we went on the cruise, we went on that incredible cruise and we got another cruise. When you're standing outside of this big old massive ship, this cruise boat, what's amazing is that what guides that ship is this thing called a rudder. Well, this book I read says that the small thing, the tongue, which is in your body, the smallest member has the most power that you can ever imagine. And I think sometimes we don't understand how powerful our words are. Some people today are exhausted because of the way they think and the way they talk. We all know that our words begin with thoughts. They begin with thinking. That's why when you're talking about books, and everybody's reading books and they're listening to CDs and they're listening to downloads, it's so critical because words are so powerful. Words give life, they give health, they give prosperity, they give hope, they talk about the future, they set vision. Words also can give death. They can kill, they can destroy relationships. Do you know how many deals, do you know how many sales, do you know how many friendships, do you know how many marriages? Do you know how many children are destroyed because of words? So I can tell you there's a lot of loss with words, but there's also a lot that can be won. So I just want to talk to you a second about the power of your words. Today, you have complete control over your words. As kids, can I tell you, many of you on this call today, you're still dealing with the labels of the words that were said to you. You're stupid, you're dumb. You're a loser. You'll never amount to anything. You're ugly. You're fat. You're skinny. You're shy. You're a troublemaker. You're our problem child. Some of you are still dealing with those. Some of us are still dealing with those voices today. Can I tell you, if we're going to get over this, guys, if we're going to get past the words, we've got to get into positive self-talk. We've got to get into words that shape us, that build us, that absolutely encourage us. So today, here's what I'm going to challenge you to do. Begin to speak words to yourself and to begin to speak words to the people around you that absolutely encourage, inspire, that lift, that challenge, that instruct, that bring corrections. The only thing I want to beg you is that make sure before you speak today, that you think before you speak, that you always speak the truth. Do you know how debilitating it is when people speak and they don't speak truthfully? And then make sure that when you speak the truth, you do it in love. I know a lot of times people are just verbal arsonists. They're gossipers. They don't really ever tell the truth. And I love it when people tell me, as a matter of fact, it kind of drives me crazy when people say, you know what, I don't really have to worry about what I say, how I say it, because all I'm being is just real open. I'm just being real. So I just want to encourage you, think before you speak. Let me give you an acrostic real quick. Think before you speak. The T stands for always speak the truth. The H stands for always be helpful. Sometimes helpful means I'm willing to send some correction. I'm willing to give some instruction that says, hey, this will make you better. This will help you do better. This will help you perform better. The I, make sure you're inspirational. Make sure that you're encouraging. The world belongs to the encourager. One of the reasons I love being around you, Andy, is you're always encouraging. You're always inspiring. You're always telling people there's another level for you to get to. The N in things stands for necessary. Do I even need to be saying this? A lot of people talking. A lot of people are not receiving anything. The K in things stands for, is it kind? It's not weak to be kind. So when you self-talk, when you talk to yourself, let me ask you a question. What do you say to yourself? Because here's what you know. You listen to you more than anyone else on the planet. And if you're not careful, when you talk to yourself today, you'll lie to yourself. You'll tell yourself you're not any good. You'll tell yourself that you're not equipped for what you need to do. You'll lie to yourself. Here's the problem. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie. And when you speak to yourself, some of us fake ourselves out. Some of us tell ourselves that we're working harder than we're really working. Some of us don't speak to ourselves in truth. So when you speak to yourself, it's one of the reasons why I came out with the affirmation CD. Actually, Adam Katz asked me for it, and can I tell you the reason that I came out with it was because it speaks the truth to you about your life, about your future, about who you are, and about how your Maker thinks about you. And guys, what this all does is when we get our words right, when we understand the power of our words, when we start speaking to ourselves right and talking to others right, guess what it does? It changes my self-esteem. Your self-esteem, how you feel about you today. That's why I tell Paul Roberts, don't you keep telling everybody what you used to be. You're a warrior. You're a winner. You're a world changer. What you used to be is what you used to be, but that's not who you are anymore. I'm not beating up on Paul. I'm just telling you, so many people shape their self-worth and their self-esteem and their future. Please listen to me right now. Please hear me. I know you got a lot of noise. I know a lot of stuff is going on around you. I know you got a lot of thoughts going through your mind right now. But can I tell you, you today will not perform at the highest level you can perform if you're lying to yourself and tell you can't do it. So you've got to make sure you're thinking the right thoughts, you're saying the right words, you're feeling the right feelings, and that when you speak to others, how you treat you and how you treat others is going to impact how you feel about you and how you look at yourself. The strangest thing is you have to see yourself as a leader. You have to see yourself as a mighty recruiter today. You have to see yourself as the most incredible salesperson, that when you show up to offer us a gift to somebody, which is a life insurance form, can I tell you something? Do you know what you're doing? You're putting value in their lives, and you've got to see yourself worthy. Today, the person that you've got to overcome more than anybody else is you. So that's what I want to talk to you. Your self-esteem is not just brought because you say good things to yourself, because a lot of you know better about yourselves, but you still believe the lie. A good self-esteem, I give you these and I give it back to Andy, comes when you overcome insurmountable odds. Yeah, some of you got life challenges today. Some of you got circumstances. Some of you, can I tell you, the stories of NAA, the stories of Alliance are how you overcome. That's why we love to hear Adam Katz. That's why we love to hear Fitz. That's why we love to hear Paul Roberts. That's why we love to hear the leaders on this call today and Alex Abian talk about how they overcome insurmountable odds. What odds do you have to overcome today to win? Because we're going to be hearing about it. We're going to be talking about it. The second way you do it is by overcoming challenging relationships. Some people are easy to love and hard to like. You know what I'm talking about. They're sandpaper. The power of the association in your life, the power of the friends in your life, the power of the relationships in your life. Are you really connecting? Because challenging relationships will up your self-esteem. Why? Because now you see yourself as being somebody worthy and able to relate to other people. The last one that builds your self-esteem is just overcoming your limitation. Can I tell you, all of us on this call today, here's what I know about you. You've got weaknesses. You've got limitations in your life. But the thing that bugs Andy the most is when you put limits on yourself that does not exist. When you tell yourself you're not worthy, when you tell yourself you can't when you can. But can I tell you, some of you today, you've got limitations. That's why we admire somebody that has trouble with stuttering, that goes ahead and stands up and talks to people. So here's what I can tell you. You will never consistently act, behave, or performing with a picture that's different than the picture you really need to see of yourself. All of us have a self-portrait. It will either defeat you or it will elevate you. You will act today as you see yourself. So as you begin to think right thoughts, you do that by reading books, listening to downlines, being on this call today, being around the right people. Then as you begin to look at your life and say, you know what, I'm going to begin to talk to myself differently. I'm going to think different thoughts. I'm going to talk differently. Your self-esteem is going to go through the roof, guys. Can I tell you, some people can't stand being around themselves. Do you know why? They're miserable. They don't like themselves. They see the world through the lens of their own pain and only hurt. Your self-esteem will affect your belief. It will affect your performance. Your self-esteem will affect how you behave, and it will absolutely affect how you build relationships. So I just want to encourage you today to build your self-esteem. See yourself as the warrior that you know the Alliance sees yourself, and act, and this week go out and produce and perform and prosper, because that's what you were created for. Andy, I appreciate the privilege to be on this call today with you. Thank you for setting such a high bar and an example to everybody to follow. Leaders, this is our time. Speak right, think right, and believe right, and your world will change. I love you. God bless you.
All right, send him my notes. I'm proud of my notes today. Somebody send him my notes. Those are good notes. I'm telling you, I was on track with that. I was tracking with him. This is his affirmations package. It has a CD in it that I've listened to it 100 times myself. It's words to live your life by, and then we have actually, our team put together a workbook that helps you walk through it. And this is on NAA University. You can get it through Tim Goad. You can get it through us. It is worth you. You are worth the investment. It's not the CD. It's not the package. You are worth the investment. If you invest in you, you show yourself. That's another way to build your self-esteem, is you start telling yourself that you're worth the investment. All right. Guys, I want to tell you, I want to talk to you and demonstrate how to grow hotspots. Okay? So here's what I heard today. I heard somebody say that if today is Wednesday and you go from this Wednesday until next Wednesday and you go have a hotspot meeting at 7 o'clock and you want to have people there and you want to have your little peoples there and you want to grow your hotspot, that you got to invite a lot of people. Well, inviting a lot of people does improve your chances. But that is not the way to do it, okay? The way to get people there is starting today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You've got 168 hours that you have to get from here to here. That's a lot of time to do things to get people to go to the meetings. So Brandon, if you would come up here, and Angela, if you would come up here, and Holly, if you would come up here. I want to tell y'all how this works. Let's see. All right. So Brandon's brand new, part of Joe Burke's team. Yes, Angela is brand new, direct to me. And Holly is brand new, and you are working as staff with James and Jane. Okay. So the idea is this. It's not the idea. This is the way it works. I've been doing this 20-some years. You can talk to Fitz. You can talk to Diane Lampe. You can talk to Kyle Weinbrenner. We know this. We know this like this is absolutely what we know. Now, for some people, I'm reminding you, and some people, I'm occurring it to you the first time. In other words, why do y'all know the reason? You know the reason that most people don't get rich? Do you know the number one reason most people don't get rich wildly beyond their means financially? Do you know the answer?
They can't see it.
They can't see it. That's not the answer, but it is one of the answers. Do you know?
It never occurred to them.
It never occurs to them. Okay, so that's why I say this may be occurring to some of you, because I'm going to occur to you how that you get more people to this meeting. Okay, there is a way that it occurs. It's called occurring. It's called me telling you. Now, the other thing is reminding people. So now that you've heard that people, I don't know if you knew that, but really, most people, it doesn't occur to them. So if it doesn't occur to them, can you see how that would be a challenge, them getting wealthy? Absolutely. Okay, now after it occurs to them, they still need to see it. But if it doesn't occur, like that's messed up, right? So one thing we do is we occur to people, or we teach them, and then we remind people. I'm a CEO, Chief Executive. I'm also CR, which is Chief Reminder Officer, about some things that people already know. Okay, so I'm going to occur or I'm going to remind. What you do is, when you invite someone, you invite this person to this meeting on Wednesday. What you do is you GS3 them. That's called get started, goal set, and go serve. Okay, if all I do is invite one person to this meeting, and think about this. I mean, use your genius imagination. Somebody answers a newspaper. Let's say Holly answers a newspaper, and you hold the mic up so that she can pretend like she's holding a phone. You hold the mic up. You hold your pretend phone up to your ear. Okay, so I'm calling you. She don't see me. She answered a Craigslist. Okay, she answered a blind newspaper ad. I'm calling her resume. I have her totally at my advantage. I know everything about her. She knows nothing about me. I could be anybody. I invite her to meet me and some friends at a hotel room. Does this make any sense?
No.
I tell her to dress up, look sharp, pay attention. We don't have a building, we don't have an address, and the name of our company sounds like a wrestling team. It's the Alliance. Or I tell her that I'm with Mutual of Omaha, which is a $35 billion company, but we're meeting at a Holiday Inn. Does this make sense? It don't make no sense. Okay, what if I'm meeting her at a Panera Bread? It don't make no sense. So what you have to do when you talk to people, you have to connect. You have to have a friendship. You build a friendship. Those of you that have heard me do text dialing or call, I instantly build friendships, connections. I talk about dogs or karate or education or college or their children or their family, their friend, their fiance, their spouse. I figure out how to connect quickly. And then I build a deeper connection. Now watch this. The best way that you can get a person to trust you is if you do what you say you'll do on a repeated basis. So how in the world can I build trust with one phone call to her and invite her to the meeting? There's no repeated basis. There's no getting you started. There's just a plain invite. So I bet you if you invite 20 people, one would show up. You will. How would you like to have 3 people to show up and bring 3 people? Okay? How about 10 people show up and bring 3 each? Here's the way that works. You connect with these people and get them started. So if I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, or if I'm in Houston, or if I'm in Wilmington, I go to this person's house. After I've got them started, I've talked to them on the phone, they're interested. I go there, I take a package of information. I take the Mutual of Omaha brochure. I take them to the website that I want them to see. I work with them. Then what I do is I call this person's list and find other people. Then we go to their house. You say, Andy, when are you going to do that? Somewhere during one of these 168 hours, I do that. You say, Andy, when are you going to write your $5,000 issue premium? During these 168 hours. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to write $5,000 of business, and I'm trying to recruit 5 agents direct to me this week. Okay? So I've got to do that during this 168. And you go like, Andy, that don't leave any time for me to check my television set to see if I am going to get rich playing football on the ACC tournament, or if I'm on the American Idol, or if my cousin, 3rd, 4th removed, married to my aunt that didn't never really get married into the family, but would have been my aunt if she had married my cousin. But to see if she wins American Idol. What? You're watching what? God, dude, prioritize. We just got through last month reading First Things First. What's your priorities? My priority back in the day was to get this done no matter what. So things didn't happen like mowing the yard, painting the house, painting the car, cleaning up the car. Nothing happened but this, Andy. Well, Andy, that's off balance. I was off balance because my checking book would not balance. It was not my fault I was off balance. It was because I was broke I was off balance. And I didn't want to stay off balance, out of balance, broke as a joke, had to lick other people's fingers at a Kentucky Fried Chicken. That is not the kind of life I wanted to live. I was off balance because I wanted to balance my checkbook. Matter of fact, I wanted my checkbook to be off balance, which it is today. It is off balance. It's way out of balance. Big. And I want to be able to write checks of big donations. Okay? So what you do is you go to this person's house that answered a Craigslist ad, that has a resume. You meet them at a Panera Bread, and you say, "How you doing, Brandon? Andy Albright, nice to meet you." Lift that mic up higher when you start talking. "How you doing, buddy?"
Good, how are you?
Good, I appreciate you answering that. Let's sit right down here in Starbucks. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Please.
So I get the man a cup of coffee. I invest $3, or is it $8 at Starbucks? I don't know. So I get my man a cup of coffee and I say, "Brandon, what kind of work have you been doing lately?" So if I'd have met you in the very beginning, when you got started, did Joe hire you?
Yes, sir.
Did he hire you off a Craigslist, newspaper ad?
Off of another agent's list.
So he called you. So let's say he called, so off of somebody else's list. Who is that somebody?
A guy named Eli.
Eli. Is Eli still with us in business? So he's already quit. So Joe, was there anybody above Eli or straight to Joe?
Jason Richter.
So Jason is still in business with us. So Jason's in business. So Jason hired Eli and Eli hired Brandon. So I hired Jason, who hired Eli, and now Brandon. So I'm putting myself in this position. So I'm meeting you. So you would let Eli talk to him. Eli done quit. No, I ain't going to let talk. How about Jason? I don't know about Jason. I know me. I'm going to go talk to him. I sat down and chat with him. I talked to him on the phone. Now, on the phone's a little bit different, but not much. In person, I go to him. I'm like, "Brandon, what kind of work you been doing?"
Sales manager at a hotel.
Woohoo! What hotel?
Courtyard Marriott.
Courtyard Marriott. That's my favorite hotel. People say, "You can't say it's your favorite, it ain't your favorite." I can say it. Watch this. It's my favorite. What if I'd have said Sheridan? It's my favorite. You know why? Because all of them are my favorite. You can't say that. Yes, they are. I have a lot of favorites. I don't even know what favorite means, okay? That's my favorite. Courtyard by Marriott. Now, how long have you been doing that?
For 5 years.
For 5 years. Now watch this. How do you make friends? See, there's John Maxwell got these friendship factors. Everybody, and he's got one that says, everybody communicates, but few people connect. Okay? What does connect mean? Connect means when me and him can walk together. Let's walk this way. Walk this way. See, that's connecting right there. Now watch this. You say, well, anybody could have done that with him. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I do all kinds of things that made that walk possible. First of all, I done touched him about 4 times. The last time I touched him, I loosened him up. Did y'all see me do? You didn't see me do that because you wasn't watching. You got to watch how I connect. You got to watch how Fitz connects. Fitz will come up to him and he'll shake him, and then he'll, let's walk this way. Walk. See what I'm saying? But see, like JB, when you're in a house and you get a paycheck, you know, when you get the client to write an $85 check to Mutual Omaha, when Eric Belair, when you are in the house and you always get a check and no objections, see, that's the way I am. That's how come I got a big business. Don't people object to walking with me? You say, well, you don't get them all to walk with you, do you? You don't get every check, do you?
Right.
Right. See, I don't get them all to walk with me, but I get more to walk with me than you get walked to with you. You see that? So part of it is I'm asking more people, but a big part of it is I know what I'm doing when I'm asking them to walk with me, when I'm asking them to build. I've been doing this for 20-some years. I've been reading all kinds of books about it and studying it. And to that effect, I can show you my hierarchy. Starts with Fitz, big hierarchy, Lampeys, Roberts, Wilson, huge. Then it goes to who? I'm not sure who. We got Adam Katz is huge. Got Stephen Davies huge. Weinbrenner huge. Mark Womack huge. Eric Belair huge. You got a huge business. James and Jane got a huge business. It just keeps going because I've been doing this stuff over and over again. If you look at the hierarchy numbers, our numbers are insane how many people we're hiring. And what I do is I want you to copy how we've been building. So at a hotspots, you've got to learn how to get people to the hotspot. And one of the ways you do it is you go to them and you connect with them. So you're at a hotel. So here's what I'm thinking back. Who do I know that's worked in the hotel industry? What do they get paid? How much money do they make? What's their concerns? What's their worries? What's their ambition? Okay? Now, let me ask you this. 5 years. Do you have other people that worked at you at the Courtyard Marriott that were been there 15, 20, 30 years? Did you see other people that had been there?
Yes, sir.
Were most of them in life where you want to be?
No.
No. So if you continue that path, you're going to end up where they are, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I'm just saying, and I'm just thinking. See, I'm getting him to picture staying on the path he's on. And then I start saying, well, tell me about, listen to this. I don't say, tell me about the alliance path. I say, tell me about the path you would want to go on. Much more, what do you want to do? What's your goal? What would you like to do? Instead of going down that Courtyard Marriott path, what would be some of your thoughts as where you would like to progress in life?
Financial freedom.
Financial freedom. You don't see that happening in the Courtyard Marriott?
No.
You don't see your guys driving big cars and traveling the world and taking off 3, 4, 5. Hey, y'all should get free hotel rooms all around the world. Don't you think?
Good discount.
You get a good discount. You know what we call discount? The 5-finger discount, right? Where it's free, because I want it if it's free. If it's free, it's for me. They don't give y'all free trips.
No.
You can win free trips. If you rent a lot of rooms, they give you a free trip, right?
No, sir.
What? You mean if you rent out your whole hotel, completely rent it out, get more people to come in, they more eat breakfast, more of them eat the chocolate candy off of the pillow, they don't give you a free trip?
No, sir.
That don't make no sense. You should tell them. You should occur it to them. You should tell it to them. You should put in that suggestion. Maybe you get a raise, and they'll give you a bigger job at the Courtyard Marriott. You want a bigger job at the Courtyard Marriott?
Negative.
You don't want a bigger job?
No.
Why don't you want a bigger job?
It ain't enough.
It ain't enough. Let me ask you this. The people that have bigger jobs, they have work more hours than you?
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? See where I'm planting it? I'm working with them. I go, look, let me tell you what we got. Mutual Omaha, multi-billion-dollar. And then I start talking about Stephen Davies' life. I start talking about Kyle Weinbrenner's life. I start talking about Angela's life. I start talking about people that are doing good. You know why? Because people like Brandon like to work with me if I like other people. People like to work with people that like other people. So I start talking about, I say, guess what? This week, a friend of mine, Joe Burke, he is on a path that I believe in. He's going to be doing a talk at Holiday Inn. Because remember, he's Courtyard Marriott. So I'm upset. I'm worried that he's going to be upset about the Holiday Inn. Are you allowed to set foot in other hotel establishments?
Yes, sir.
So I'm eliminating his objections. See, now let's go back to Holly. Let's say I'd have called Holly, Craigslist, and she works at the Courtyard Marriott. Now I done invited her to a Holiday Inn to come to a hotel room with me, and she don't even know who I am, and I got other friends coming, and they ain't even the Courtyard Marriott. You see the problems of doing that versus if I go to her? You say, well, what if it's long distance? Well, let's go long distance. So back to Holly. So we're back on the phone, Holly. So Holly, so I'm talking to her a little bit about her life and where she wants to go, and I've got a yes. It's obvious that I relate to her and she's interested. Here's one of my goals. Between now and next Wednesday, I've got to get back to her 3 or 4 times and make progress in her business. Why? Because trust is built by repeatedly doing what I said I would do over time. Listen to this. Commitment to continuity builds mental stability. Commitment to continuity builds mental stability. So if I can be continuous with her, I can meet her the next 3 hours from now, then the next day, then she becomes more mentally stable and she's more likely to meet me. Now, If I'm down here working with Brandon, if I can meet with him 2 or 3 days, and then I can talk to some of his friends and get him and some of his friends, I promise you I don't have to invite 10 people to get 1. I can all of a sudden invite 3 and get 9. It happens to me all the time because I'm committed to people and they become committed to me. So what I'm doing, I am attracting people, I'm building a relationship. By the way, if Brandon's doing things wrong at the Courtyard Marriott, and I can give him direction on it, it'll help him to know I care more. A lot of managers, they don't want to tell people what they're doing wrong. Okay? By the way, one of the things I'm looking for is a person who will accept advice. By the way, on my leadership team, we're going to have a call this afternoon. You need to be like Brandon and like Holly. You need to be brand new and willing to accept advice. See, when we're interviewing people and they're brand new, Aaron, it's people that are not associated with us that are willing to take advice. So as we get bigger in the business, we need to remind ourselves that we're willing to take advice. So the same advice I'm giving you in the beginning, which is take advice, is the answer I'm going to be giving you when you make $400,000 or you make $99,000. You got to remember when you were broke, and you took advice to get to $99,000, you took advice to get $160,000, you got to remember that you found somebody bigger than you, because you know what Tim Goad just got through saying? The biggest obstacle to get to your future is you, and people need to know this. So if I'm talking to Brandon, if I'm here at the coffee shop with you, I'm going to talk about you and your challenges. I'm going to say things like, well, the amount of hours you work at the Courtyard Marriott, how do you think we're going to be able to build this on the side? I mean, how are we going to work around it? See, what I'm telling him is, you are the biggest obstacle that I can think of. How are we going to work around you, your schedule, and your idiosyncrasies? Okay, did anybody ask you that, how we're going to work around your job?
Yeah.
Do you still have a job?
I do.
How are we working around that? How's that working?
Just scheduling dial times and running appointments on days off.
Lift up a little bit higher. Say it again.
Scheduling dial times and then running appointments on days off.
Okay, now watch this. Did y'all see me correct him? How many times I'll correct him on that? 2 or 3 times? And I'm going to say, just keep it right there whenever you're talking. That way you can talk. Now see, here's the thing. This is what most people won't do. They won't nicely correct. And what happens is the person, hello, listen, I want to call a name. And I want to say you, and I want to say another name. A couple managers, they're not willing to nicely correct. And then he feels overlooked. He feels put down because all I'm doing is licking on you like I'm your puppy dog. You know what I mean? No, puppy dogs are not coaches. Puppy dogs are not leaders. If all you're doing is you just love, you're not slobbering on them, you're not much of a leader. You need to say, hey, this is what you need to do. So we need to work, see, I'm connecting to him by building relationship and then correcting. Both of them. You are the manager. You are the manager here. And you got somebody who's bigger than you, who's coaching you and teaching you. You need to say, you need to give it the old, what I need to do. We need to keep that in mind. That's another reminder. Observe and correct. Okay, relationships, green book. Oh, this stuff's in the green book. Everything I just told you is in the green book. The question is, are you being reminded to use the green book? Are you using the green book? Biggest statement that I've heard lately, we'll talk about this in a minute. Stephen Davey said, back in the day, in 2003, 2004, my house payment was $900, and the ads I was spending in newspaper, didn't have Craigslist back then, it was newspaper, Monster, Career Builder, $4,000 a month. So now you see Davies with the big house payment or the big house and the big cars, and you don't see that when he was making nothing, he was investing this much. Guys, to get where you want to be, you're going to have to invest time, money, emotion. You're going to have to think. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to buy affirmation CDs. You're going to have to read the books. You're going to have to come to Fall Forwards. You're going to have to come, not Fall Forward, you're going to have to come to the Summer Leadership in July. You're going to have to break away from your family to come to the war parties coming up in 2 weeks. You're going to have to break away from your family. You're going to have to get off work. You're going to have to spend gas. You're going to have to stay up late at these opportunity meetings. Now, will it work then? Oh, yeah. The Alliance, NAA, our system will work like nobody you've ever seen before. It's working right now. Come join us. It's time for me to get on that next call, ain't it? Key leaders and above and the intense leaders that you can invite are welcome to be on it. We'll meet you up there. I'm going up to my office in about 30 seconds, 60 seconds. I'll be on. Love you. Hang up. Get on that one. See you there. Bye.
The heart of every movement is the individual who makes a decision that something matters, a decision that something needs to change.
Don't get caught up with the destination. Fall in love with the process.
We will not be denied, we refuse to lose, and we will fight to unite regardless.
Understand this is the right time, we're in the right place, we're fighting the right battle. We're looking for people who want to be the warriors on the right team. Are you willing to join us?
You've been blessed with an opportunity, but the opportunity itself is not going to be what blesses you. What blesses you is how you grind, how you work with this opportunity, how you sweat with this opportunity, how you sacrifice with this opportunity.
And we dream.
Are you willing to go out and fight for your family? Are you willing to fight for your freedom, to fight for your independence?
And we struggle.
I did not quit. And every day I thank God I didn't give up.
And we fight.
I, in 2014, am choosing. I am fighting to unite.
And we overcome.
To be part of such a team like this right here, and a team like this right here, this is a dream come true. But let me be crystal clear. This is only the beginning.
Everything you need to get where you need to be is inside of you. Stop whining and tap into your greatness.
We need for you to make a difference. America needs it. Your family needs it. You need it.